Okay, so my first question is, what is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
I'm gonna get to it. I'm definitely here to see Tate hold these accountable, bro. I want to see the Brittany Renner Andrew Tate collision. I mean, I'd imagine Tate is just gonna like walk all over fucking Brittany, man. But that question is a good one. Immediately, what comes to my mind, as far as women are concerned, is the modern woman delusion. Not living in reality, living in la la land, having all these expectations and thinking they shit don't fucking stink, and thinking that they need a damn Drake in order to entertain them intimately, right? That is literally whooping women's ass, which is resulting in women, inevitably dying alone. It's that bad. Delusion is going to be the modern women's downfall, right? The feminist movement has created this fictitious world that most women walk through right now. As far as men are struggling a lot right now, man. But the fact that men are becoming softer as time progresses, and we haven't been a time where men have ever been as soft as they are today, which is affecting society in a large scale. Bro. That's why society is so fucking soft. We've allowed it to get so because men are so fucking soft, and it ties into dating world, professional world, emotionally, psychologically, all that shit, man. Men are just fucking soft.
Say something.
Come on, ladies.
Everybody's going to say,
educate me.
The number one problem.
Answer all the questions. Come on, tell
The
me.
number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start
That's
from.
the biggest
It's actually
problem.
very interesting you say that. A lot of women say, I just want a man who's honest. And then the second you're honest, she's like, what? You did
Exactly.
what? It's like, well, then don't ask me for honesty. Of course I fucking lie.
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that one. I don't think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things. Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. Because it is because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the high status males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman, if you ask her what she wants from a man, she's like, I don't want much. I just want to find a nice man who's a millionaire and 6 foot tall and funny and charismatic and interesting and spontaneous and looks after me and doesn't cheat and is funny and good.
Delusion.
Looking and strong. I don't want much. Like they name all this shit that most dudes are never gonna have, and it's becoming harder and harder. And you end up with people, top G's, who own everything on the planet they could ever possibly wish for, and then you got other guys who have nothing. And there's this large divide. There's no longer any middle ground. You have dudes who can't get any pussy, and then you got dudes who are just blocking girls left, right, and center. And that's what the problem with being a man is today.
What about the women?
I guess it kind of ties into what I'm saying, man, because men are fucking soft and they're ill-equipped to prepare with a hyper-competitive society because they're not built with what is required to be competitive in what today's world is, man. But even with that, I still think his issue he's describing only affects a small minority, man, because your average day Joe, man or women, is not out here in any capacity fucking with the haves in which he described, like the elites in which he's describing. Maybe like the Brittany Renners and the little social media girls and all this shit, man. But your average motherfucker isn't impacted by that dynamic, every day. Your everyday Joe working at the fucking bank or a cop or a doctor or attorney or whomever, man. Like, for all intents and purposes, fucking Andrew Tate is top G, but how often are people out here coming into interaction in some capacity with a motherfucker of his pedigree? Nah. You know what I'm saying? He can literally come out here and get any bitch he want, but that's not everyday life for most women or most men. You know what I'm saying? The competitive aspect, I agree. I still think that men just being soft today is the fucking biggest issue, and how society is facilitating the furtherance of the soft man, which is no good for anyone and fucks everybody up, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But what he said is definitely true. I just don't think it affects everyone as a large of a scale in which the way he's describing.
I feel like it goes for both. It's not just one or the other. I feel like it's self-accountability.
But women are not self-accountable.
Accountable for themselves, I agree with you.
Why just...
That's a fact, bro. Delusional.
Women are not accountable for themselves. I agree with you.
At all.
Why
0%.
just women though? What
It's
about
both.
men?
It's
Yeah,
both.
It is
definitely both.
It is both. You're right. But society punishes men for not being self-accountable.
Facts.
Society does not punish women for not being self-accountable. I'll give you an
Facts.
example. If you're a man and you're arrogant and you think you're something when you're not, trust me, society will
Gonna
teach
wake
you
your
very
ass
quickly that
up.
you don't matter when you don't get laid and you stay a fucking brokey. If you're a chick and think you're something when you're not, you can run around with your ego, still get dates, still get laid, still have a fairly sensible social life. Society as a whole doesn't come along and slap you in the face with realizations. If you're a man and you think you're something you're not, it is a ticking time bomb until society teaches you a lesson. That's the difference. This is why men in general are more self-accountable, because the men who are not self-accountable get fucked up. So those who are successful are very self-accountable people. They look at themselves and go, okay, the only way I'm going to get and progress further, the reason she left me, the only way I'm going to do better, make more money, et cetera, is I have to change. Most women don't want to do that. They don't sit and think, I have to change. They think, oh, he left me because it's him, and I lost my job because my boss, and this is...
Because they live in delusion. Men don't. You can't. If men live in delusion, then, I mean, they're going to just be a fucking loser. That's what happens. Like, you can't afford it. You can't afford to act out here faking the funk as a man, because the world is going to expose your ass, right? You have to prove your worth. But we all know this as a man. But I'm not here for that. It's always fun talking about it and dope talking about it, and providing this information for men to hear. But men need to hear that more than anything. You need to go out here and prove your worth to make anything move in this world. Women don't have to do that necessarily. They can do it if they want to. Like, it's cool. But they don't have to. Like, real shit, as long as a woman got that between her legs, she is cool, and to some extent, because the world for women facilitates this delusion, what she's talking about. Like, it's not me, I don't have to fucking change, it wasn't me, it's my job, it's my boss, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's no accountability there. You know, men who live that way, it's curtains.
Is this because of this? Women don't look in the mirror and change a fucking thing.
Don't forget what you're forgetting right nowadays. They can't change it because it's all about body positivity.
Are you
They
saying-
can look sexy at a size 28.
Are you saying Lizzo's not a 10?
Are you guys trying to get me canceled?
See, I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree with what you just said, because 90% of cosmetic surgery is by women. Women are trying to change as much as possible. Men don't want to change.
Bruh. Did this girl really just use plastic surgery as a woman's method to holding herself accountable? We're willing to change. I'm changing this about myself. I want to look better. No, motherfucker, you're just feeding your ego. You seek validation or some shit. You need to feel better about yourself. That's not accountability. You know what I'm saying? All it's going to do is add on more delusion into your already delusional life. Now you look better, you got titties, you got ass. Now nobody can tell you shit. Now you think your shit don't stink. You're digging yourself a deeper hole. You can't have a conversation with somebody like that. Her IQ level isn't high enough. That's not accountability, woman. It's not accountability because you out here wanting to like Kylie Jenner. That's accountability to you? No. Accountability is, why don't you have a man? Why don't men want to stay with you? You know what I'm saying? Why don't shit work with you? Why are your expectations so high? Why don't men like you? Why you so mad? Why you so toxic? Right? That's the type of shit we talking about. But nah. Women are always changing. We change ourselves more than anybody because we're getting cosmetic. You stupid mother.
They're not accountable for themselves. They think that because they're a man, you're going to be attracted to them. No. Like, you can.
Who
you can't
says
do
that?
You stay at home, you're just playing video games, and you expect a woman to want to fuck you. No, she's not.
Nah, that's what you call an incel. You're going to stay there and remain pussyless because the world holds men accountable. If you don't hold up your end to the bargain, you will not get bitches, you will not get money, you will not get status, you won't get any of that. It's not the same for fucking women. And women, 9 times out of 10 now, get cosmetic surgery for themselves to make themselves feel better about shit. They're not doing it for a fucking man. They're doing it because they struggling with something. They need to feel better about themselves. They're not doing it because they trying to get dick. They get dick anyway. You know what I mean? Dick is literally just thrown at your ass. Even when you a fucking little fat, frumpy Oompa Loompa out here, you get dick thrown at you. You know what I'm saying? You doing that shit to feed your own ego.
And then she won't, and society will teach them a lesson. They might be able to pull off a little blag with a girl for a year or so, but in general, they're going to end up lonely. In general, they're going to struggle to find partners. I agree with you with the cosmetic surgery thing. Women are happy to change how their appearance and change how they look, but they're not happy to change how they act.
Facts.
Most of them, they're not happy to change. No, they're not.
The women are changing what the men don't care about. The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
And no, they do it. The women are doing that for themselves.
Exactly.
Because the men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude than put on all that makeup on hair and everything. That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. The man will most, if he's feeling bad about himself, he wants to make something, he'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman going to do? Go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. And the women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves. You can't turn around. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation, and can't sit on a plane because her ass has been injected or been interfered with? She got a lie there on her stomach. You think the men?
Her ass has been interjected or interfered with. That's funny, bro. But that's all facts, though, bro. That's all facts, man. Women do all that shit for themselves, and then they think they bad because of it. But at the end of the day, you're an idiot. Men are not out here trying to take BBLs and lip injections and fake titties serious. That's just to fuck. That's just for entertainment. That shit to get your rocks off. No one's taking that shit down the fucking aisle. It's not happening. But women, delusion. Number one, delusion, bro.
I want that. Or wake up in the morning before you got to hit the house. She's got to put on. I'm sure I worried about some of the men because they must go out with a woman. Ooh. And then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she? By the time you take everything off, women need to change their attitude before they change their makeup. I'm sure that even more than that. Change your attitude. Because women will go out there and they would want to change this, they want to change that. All the things that don't count. If you learn to, the same way how women can go out there and learn to put makeup on, learn to cook. Learn to wash by hand. Learn to please a man.
That is so outdated,
that's what you need to do.
That's outdated, girl.
She said, girl.
That's outdated.
There she go.
Right.
For who?
I'm saying it's like we had literally just talked about this off camera when you guys picked me up from the airport when we were talking about what's the value system or the point system for a woman who cooks versus a woman who can suck good dick and fuck well.
But you can cook and suck dick as well.
No, but I'm saying is that Pearl, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but quoting her was that when she interviewed people on the street, that there was more points given to something for like a sexual return as opposed to wash dishes by hand. There's a dishwasher. Why cook? We can eat out. There's a chef. People don't give a fuck about that.
That's what they think.
Like, no,
that's crazy that Brittany is that clueless and she's been out. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not. It makes sense. It makes sense. Like, we know how delusional this motherfucker is, but for her to come up here and say, since they heard motherfuckers on the street talking about they prefer a motherfucker to suck a dick than clean. Of course, motherfuckers out on the street gonna be saying that on some goddamn interviews, because I guarantee you they're not interviewing motherfuckers out here on some, would you take someone serious or have a future or a potential marriage or have the mother of your children move that way. No, they trying to be out here on some hedonistic shit like the society we live in, bro. Everybody out here trying to get their fucking rocks off. So of course, we'd rather have a girl cook or suck your dick on the street, talking to whomever the fuck you're talking to. Of course they're gonna fucking say that, bro. But come on, man. She really thinks that since I can suck a dick or I can fuck and not cook, I'm a better candidate, romantically. What are you?
We just talked about this yesterday.
No, it was okay. I did a street interview and I asked the guys, would you rather have a girl that gave good head or a good cook? And most guys
they want this.
But I think that's
for
more,
the quick satisfaction.
But I think that's more for like a one night stand.
What I'm trying to say is that if all the women out there and they're talking about, well, some of the women want to be settled down. They want a man. Right? And you got to think what the man wants. The man ain't interested in that. Look at when you're doing street interviews, you're interviewing single people. Look at the people there that are happily married.
Literally the
and
words
ask
out
them
my
what
mouth.
they do. Because all the things that the women out there are doing, you can be a housewife, you can be going out, you can suck head just as good as any old tramp on the street. And keep your man. And have a man. And I can say that because I'm 32 years in counting.
Auntie, you can't say attraction's not important now. You can't say attraction is not important though.
But that wasn't even the fucking question. Who the hell brought up attraction? They talked about fucking and sucking compared to cooking. Nobody talked about how anybody looked. But I missed it. She just heard, where the fuck did she pull that from?
For you to initially, exactly. A man is not gonna find you attractive and then think, because you can cook well. It's got a chef.
A man's gonna-
Especially
Yeah,
as
but if you look good as fuck and you cooking at the same time, oh my god, bro, buddy just hit the jackpot, and you're not a whore. Oh my god, motherfucker, may goddamn get on his knee right then and there. But she just where the fuck did she get that question from? Who the fuck brought up a woman's appearance? It was fucking and sucking versus cooking. Could have been an ugly bitch, could have been a bad bitch.
attractive, and he's
Okay,
gonna.
let's ask Andrew.
Facts.
Is he-
would you be with a girl that's 5 out of 10 because she can cook?
That ain't what I said.
Oh, well, firstly, that's not what she said, to be fair. And secondly, I'd be with a 10 out of 10 who can cook because I'm top G. But to make the point, I think what you have to understand is what men are looking for in a relationship. So you did the street interview, and you're asking single people, probably young people, probably idiots who know they're on camera talking shit about good head, all this garbage. It's bullshit. What men are interested in life, not just in their relationship, but in their life as a whole, is status. I don't think most people understand, especially women, how competitive the male world is and how competitive it is for status. This is why men do everything they do. Men buy the faster car, not to drive any faster, because of status. It's why we want a bigger house. We don't give a shit where we live. It's because of status. It's why I want to go to the gym and get big and strong, because of status. Everything we do is about status. It's why I want the better job. It's why I want more money. It's why I want to be respected. So what's the number one thing we want our female to give us? Status. That's what we want. So she can give us status by being beautiful. That's one thing she can do. But another thing she could do is if I turn up home and I come home with my boys and she says, I'll cook you all a steak. That's status. That's all my boys going, Ross, you just been out all night and she's here and she's going to cook for all of us and she'll clean up and tidy up. Boom. That's the kind of girl a man's not going to want to lose because it makes him look good.
Without
That's what men
complaining.
want. Status. Suck a
Which
dick,
is
blah,
the
blah.
reverse of that, having a woman out here talking about what she can do in bed. That's not highlighting you in regard of your bitch out here moving like that, and it's been heard that she's moving like that. She's just gonna be out here getting fucked by everybody. Or you got a girl out here moving the way Andrew Tate is describing, bro. Come on, man. That's like, bruh. It's like heavenly, fucking angelic, like, bro. He out here blowing fucking Brittany Renner mind. You can see her fucking head just. That should be a fucking mic drop right there.
Blah. Listen, dick can only be sucked in so many ways. I mean, no, let's be serious about this.
Have you had the Gok 3000?
No, this is actually a serious
Why she up
point,
on here,
right?
bro?
This is a very serious point.
Why they got
because
that girl
the
up
Western world
there?
has collapsed in real time, and it's a failed society. And one of the reasons it's a failed society is because of the
And
oversight.
why is homegirl up here looking like she biting Tate style, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on with that?
Sexualization, especially of females as a whole. If a woman comes up to me and goes, I'll be the best sex you ever had, I am fucking revolted. I don't want the best sex I've ever had. I want you to be pure and a virgin. You should know what sex is. Cook my fucking dinner. Shut up. Don't come and talk to me about fucking sucking dick. It's vile. It's
Look at
disgusting.
Ridder.
I don't wanna hear that shit.
Ah, that was funny, bruh, because she been moving crazy a whole life. You mean to tell me the way I've been moving this entire time, my 30 years on this earth, I've been not what men want to take serious? Of course. Look at her face. That shit is priceless, dog. That should be a meme right there, bruh. Mic drop again.
I don't want to hear that shit. What I want is a woman who makes me look good. No woman who's running around talking about sucking dick can make me look good.
Facts.
So I lose interest completely and utterly, and that's the truth. So what she's saying is completely correct. These are old school things, but it's not about the act. Yes, you can order food, of course. It's about the status that comes with it. That's what it's about.
Mic drop. Mic drop, dog. Mic fucking drop, dog. Yeah, he killed it. He killed it, bro.